Hey folks, welcome back to another Palm Masters video. So, end of the month, as usual, let's go over, some of the units came out this month, maybe some changes here and there. I mean, we are at the, 3.5 year anniversary mark, so, it's a bit of a, it's a big mark, folks. So anyways, as usual, this thing, right, rules, disclaimers, blah, 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 whatever you want to call these, and... Okay, let's go over these. So obviously we got the Neo Champions this month on top of some really nice upgrade to some units as well. So let's get into this then. So let's start with the damage dealers over here first, which I feel like is probably getting the most change just because we're adding a new tier, right? But before that, let's just get a Neo Champion Marnie ranked, and unsurprisingly. No, she's easily a top tier. This is not even like close. She's arguably the best damage dealer in the game. Again, you could say, what about Ash? Ash is better when we're talking about like one sync situation, but in longer battles, I do believe Marnie is the better offensive unit, just because she gets her BP, or not BP, her B move after like every single sync, which is just kind of insane, right? Yeah, nothing really too much to talk about, man. I mean, she's, easily better than most of the units over here, and as you guys see, we are planning for a new tier. Maybe some of these units go down, maybe some other units, can move here and there, but Marnie's not going anywhere except the absolute just highest tier in the game. Again, she's just one of the best damage dealers in the entire game, right? She's really that good. Really powerful unit. Speaking of female Galarian characters, we got the upgrade from Gloria Zacian this time, and she's just fantastic, man. Like she got like so many great upgrades this time. Like it's just honestly just like amazing stuff. I feel like we could easily put her in the close top tier. I'm not sure if she's better than someone like Cynthia, but like, I'd say she's easily better than like a lot of units in this tier, right? So yeah, and I'd say it's a bit tough for her to be better than some of the other units in the next tier. So I feel like this one's probably fitting. She got steel rebuff for no reason, right? We're damaged, this and that. It's great, man. It's like a great grid buff for a unit that kind of needed it. For a unit that really kind of needed it, to be honest. So moving on to other Glorias, right? Also got the Lodge Gloria. This Lodge Gloria is all right. It does have Standfast 9, so like the recoil isn't that bad. I mean, again, if you are worried, you could also pick up the extra Standfast 5 on the grid, which, generally I don't feel like in most case scenarios you probably don't really need it, but maybe like really long stages maybe. But I feel like she's about as good as like this BP Sophocles. I think they are probably pretty comparable to each other. I do think I like BP Sophocles a bit better though, right? But they're both I'd say similar-ish. So there's that. Next up, the other unit that also got buffed. I mean, a lot of units got buffed this update, but Lance, Mr. Lance, and a Dragonite. Where is he? Where's Lance, man? Where's Lance? Where's Lance? I can't find him. Oh no, there he is. This might be a bit surprising, but I feel like it could go into the top tier, honestly. I really do. It might be a bit controversial, but I don't think he's worse than, a lot of these units over here, right? And look, again, we are gonna potentially move some of these units down later, but Lance up here, I don't feel like it's that big of a stretch, isn't it? Like the big knock against him was never his damage, right? It was more so like, gauges maybe, and he can't really nuke, and then the self buffs, and he kind of got, at least 2 out of those 3. Right, and then he got even more damage for like really no reason. His damage is already really good, and now like, again, this is borderline Singsu Serena damage, right? And then he also has a legitimate like nuke. Like this guy is like, he's not that far off from Singsu Serena, and as for some other upsides, He has potions as well, right, for a unit. Since he actually uses a trainer move now, right, you actually do get gauges over there. Even though usually at the start of the battle it's not like a huge deal, but still, right? I mean, it's something. And yeah, he's also single target, so there's that as well, which I don't think it's that big of a stretch to put him up here, right? I really don't think it is. So anyways, like I mentioned, I was planning on moving some of these units. I feel like the two we could move over here is Lucas and Emma. Not lower, but I feel like Lucas and Emma could probably go in hybrid instead. I feel like both of these could be in top tier hybrid. It's just that, first of all, there's too many damage healers. But also, I mean, they just have really good hybrid, you know, functionalities, right? Obviously, Lucas Dragon Zone has the debuffs, all that stuff. Then you have Emma over there with the you know, sync move countdown, poison, debuffs as well. I think a few other things, speed buffs, right? I believe. So yeah, I think it's fine for them to go in hybrid, and they definitely could be in the top tier of hybrid as well. So there's that. Let's see what else we got. So the other units. There's a few we can move down, and look, again, moving them down does not mean they got worse or they're weaker now or whatever. It's just again, there's just too many really good units in the you know, first tier, right? So that there is a bit of a parity between like some of the, you know, units, right? I mean, like, again, Ash or like Marnie in comparison to like some of these like I don't know, like Emmett or whatever, right? Not that Emmett's bad, right? Emmett's they're all great units, just that some of these there might be a bit of a gap now, and probably more fitting for another one, which is, again, it's annoying. There's like so many tiers and like damage deals already, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, a few that could move down, I feel. Lear, right? Again, does not mean Lear's bad. Lear's fantastic, right? Lear's an amazing unit. Same thing with units like Emmett, right? Classic blue to an extent, maybe even New Year's Lycia, Sonia, Giovanni too, honestly, and Luzamine, I feel like. Yeah, again, they're not bad. They're not bad units. They're very good units, right? Great units. Just you know, in comparison to some of these, again, like Ash, right? Like Neo Champion Marnie, whatever, Lysander, etc. Right? They're still very good units, but there's just some units that are just you know, maybe on that next level, which is fine. As for some buffs in this year, I feel like there's two units that really got nice buffs. First one is Bede, right? Because Bede, for multiple reasons. First of all, hop, right? Fighting zone hop, but it's not just, oh, it's fighting zone, right? Because, you know, fighting zone, there's a lot of other fighting units that don't really get better with hop, but Bede in particular, it's just fighting zone plus the fact that hop also is Galarian pride, right? So it's just a really great combination for Bede, and you know, she's got a pretty solid striker nuke there as well that you could also utilize with hop, although again, you know, it's that same issue with, oh yeah, you have this zone unit that's like a tech nuker. It makes this other unit nuke better, but on the other hand, the tech nuker itself, the zone unit itself, nukes also very hard. So yeah, there's that, and I feel like the other one is Wally, a combination of both Champion Bede and Champion Hop, right? Both of them helped this Wally tremendously, and Wally always had very good damage, right? Even without Champion Hop, without Champion Bede, Wally still had very good damage. It's just that the setup for Wally was not very good, right? And now obviously Wally does have much better setups over here, and again, just, you know, you have the physical special thing with Champion Bede that also helps a lot, and it's, yeah, just well, Wally got better, all right. Now let's now let's get to some, I guess let's talk utility first. There's not too much in hybrid to really, you know, talk about, I guess. I mean, not too much in, that's not true. There's like 3 like relevant ones. Okay, so Neo Champion Bede and Galarian Articuno. Again, people hated on this unit when they first saw it. They're like, oh, this thing looks trash. No, he's not trash, and I feel like people are coming around on this one now. I feel like most people do acknowledge that this Champion Bede is very good, and deservedly so, right? Just the amount of physical special move up next that you get for your team, the free gauges, right? Among a lot of other things. A hybrid that, or not hybrid, a support that does actually good DPS. Could we maybe argue Bede and hybrid? Not really. Like, yeah, Bede does good damage, but if you compare like Bede's damage to like some of these like hybrid units damage, like, yeah, Bede has good damage, but like not this good, okay? Not as good as these units. It's good, it's not this good. So yeah, Bede is, it's still better for us to have Bede and utility, I think. All right, so that's that. Next up we got MC and Torchic. MC and Torchic, I mean, it did get better at tanking, obviously, but I feel like the tanking part is still a bit of an issue for the unit. So I'd say probably good, right? Also, it doesn't have an EX, but it did get the basics, which is the MPRs on its move, which is really, really nice. And a few, again, small defensive things, but it's something at least, right? Something at least. So anyways, moving on to Ball Guy. Again, it's not like the greatest unit for Master Mode. Not that it's terrible, but like Ball Guy is just such a great utility option for Legendary Gauntlet that I feel like it would do it a disservice to really have it. Like, if you look at some of the units lower than him, right? Like in a Master Mode situation, would you use Ball Guy or would you use, I don't know, like the BP Blue? Probably not BP Blue, Terranology Blue, right? Probably I'd say the Terranology Blue in a lot of scenarios. But on the other hand, if you also compare it to like some of the offensive like supports, which that's generally what you want for Master Mode, right? Master Mode generally want offensive supports. Gauntlet, you want a bit more of a mix, right? Maybe you can even argue leaning defensive. And the ones ranked under him aren't even very much all that. If you look at least the ones with EXs, right? I mean, there's what Singsu Lisa, which is honestly kind of suspect. Phoebe, we all know Phoebe's issues. Elio's really good. It's just the context where you have to use Elio in, right? Could potentially, not be as efficient as some of the others. What else, right? Yeah. So I don't even think Ball Guy is like that bad in comparison to some supports in Master Mode, but again, he's just very powerful in Gauntlet, right? So, one unit I forgot to mention earlier that we're also hoping to move up is Leon, right? Yeah. First of all, again, I feel like he does deserve moving up, especially with the buffs that he got this month with, just a lot of the Galarian Mass Affairs, right? And, he's also one of those units that benefits a lot from someone like Bede, right? And, with Bede, you get the double Mass Affair, double Galarian Flag Bearer as well, which is really funny. Also, he is one of those physical special units, got Inferno also, Inferno / Hurricane for special, and then you also have, like, Earthquake if you stack up, enough physical move up next, right? You could throw that one in. As well, and the recent-ish GMax Charizard is also nice. Again, it's not like a huge deal, although it wasn't this month, but yeah, that was the other one. All right, back to utility. Yeah. So I guess one they kind of want to move down is Ribombee. Not that like she's just terrible or whatever. It's just she's nice for like Gauntlet stuff, right? Which is fine and all, but she does have her issues, mainly being gauges, right? Mainly being gauges, and just sort of outweighs, I guess, a lot of her upsides, right? Again, it doesn't mean she's bad or terrible or whatever. It's just that a lot of times it's just not worth running her for her downsides compared to some of the upsides. Yeah, so that's that. As for some of the other units that got buffs this month, like Surge and Lorelei, I don't think really much changes with them. Surge, I guess he could still stay where he was. Actually, no, he was in like utility before, right? Oh no, we're still on utility. Never mind. Yeah. And Lapras is still like Lapras just does nothing, man. Lapras does absolutely nothing, which is very unfortunate. It's like the best thing Lapras has is like it's like a special defensive tank. It's not even that good, right? In terms of special defensive tanks, like all the other stuff it does is relatively bad. And yeah, it is what it is. Very unfortunate. Last one, let's just get it into the hybrid. I mean, there's nothing too much to talk about here as well. I mean, with you know, the other two Neo champions easily in the top tier of their respective categories. I mean, he's just so good, right? Like all the debuffs that he gets, his B move hits pretty hard, right? You can nuke. You got the fighting zone as well, right? Pretty fast, all that stuff. Like he does so many different things, right? I can't even remember like all the stuff he does off the top of my head. Y'all know it. Y'all know how good he is. Y'all know how good he is. He's fantastic fantasy unit. Crit buffs, right, too? So yeah, just a lot of things. This guy just does so many great things. So yeah, anyways, that's me this one, I guess. Hope y'all know, guys. Think in the comments down below. Like to do the video for some more Poem content. I'll see you guys in the next one.